Aldrich! Coming, Mother!
The Aldrich Family, starring Ezra Stone, written by Clifford Goldsmith. Brought to you by the puddings that are tops in taste. Jell-O pudding. They say the happiest years of your life are the teens. But I know one person who has his doubts about that, Henry Aldrich. Henry has all the troubles and growing pains that most boys go through in their high school days. For Henry is a typical American boy. Tonight out in Centerville, the Aldriches are just having dinner. And our scene opens in the dining room of the Aldrich home.
Have another lamb chop, Alice?
No, thank you.
You aren't eating anything.
Sam, I'm so tired of planning meals and cooking meals, I don't know what to do.
Chops are awfully good, Mother.
Yes, Mary.
Say, who do you think I was just talking to on the phone?
Who, Henry?
Kathleen. Her folks want me to come over for dinner Saturday night.
Tomorrow night?
Sure, isn't that a break for you, Mother?
Why for me?
Well, if I'm not here, you can just have any old thing for dinner.
What do you mean she can't?
I've got to go out in the kitchen and whip some cream.
I'll be clearing the table, Mother.
Boy, can you imagine.
Weren't any of the rest of us invited, Henry?
She didn't mention any of you.
Goodness knows the Andersons have been here often enough.
Mary, is that very kind?
But, Father, just inviting Henry's hardly any way to pay off a social debt.
Henry, would you be disappointed if you didn't go to Kathleen's?
Not go?
Have you forgotten what day Sunday is?
Sunday?
Mm-hmm.
Sunday.
It's Mother's Day.
Oh, but Father, I'm just going for dinner Saturday night.
Well, I'd planned to take your mother and you and Mary out to dinner Saturday as a Mother's Day celebration.
You had, Father?
Now, it's up to you as to where you would rather go.
Well, gee, I don't want to offend Mother, but
You'd rather go to Kathleen?
Well, I don't know. It's a hard thing to decide. It isn't every day that mothers have a day.
Henry, if you're coming this way, will you bring your plate?
I'm not coming that way, Mary.
What would you like to do?
Well, I'll phone Kathleen. Yeah, sure, I'd love to go with you. Well, I guess I ought to get Mother something nice, don't you think?
Splendid.
Would you care to contribute anything toward it?
I contribute?
I'll tell you what. Let it be a present from the entire family.
It seems to me, son, you should have saved up for this occasion.
I have, Father. I have. I've earned nearly $5. Only I hate to see it all go at once.
Henry, may I have your plate now?
I'm not through with my plate, Mary.
May I have your glass, please?
I'm not through with that either.
You may take my plate, Mary.
Thank you, Father. I'm glad somebody in this house cooperates.
Father, how do you think Mother would like to have me get her a new dress?
A dress?
Sure, I don't see what would be so difficult about it. All I have to do is get Mother down to the store and just happen to take her by the dress department.
And what?
And as we go by, I say, gee, Mother, look. And she'll say, oh, isn't that one swell? And I've got it all picked out.
Well, supposing she picks one of the more expensive dresses.
Oh, I wouldn't mind the sacrifice. I'd just as soon spend the whole $5. I think I ought to do something for Mother. She's puts up with an awful lot from us.
Henry, Mother wants to know what you drank any milk this afternoon.
Just one glass, Mary.
Well, what you drank was cream.
Cream? Cream? I thought that was awful rich when I drank it.
There isn't one speck out there to whip.
She was... Well, tell her on Sunday I'll make up for everything.
Excuse me while I take this.
I'm not through with that plate.
There isn't anything left on it, Henry.
I've got my chop in my hand.
May I have your bread and butter plate?
But you're not to come any closer than that.
And, Henry, will you please eat your chop as you should?
But, Father, I waste so much when I eat it politely. Mary, you wouldn't like to go in on something real nice for Mother's Day, would you?
I plan to get Mother something alone, Henry.
What?
A blouse.
A blouse, Mary? A blouse?
Mm-hmm.
No skirt?
My my goodness, I'm going to pay nearly $3.95 for it as it is.
$3.95? Just for that? And nothing below it?
You like to buy a skirt?
Well, how much would one come to?
The very cheapest would be $2.95.
What?
Yes.
I wonder whether Mother wouldn't like to go to the movies instead.
I'm coming, Mother.
Father, there's an awfully good movie this week.
Oh? What is it?
The Cowboy Returns.
Yes.
I'd even be willing to blow the whole family to it.
Well, first, don't you think you'd better make sure the Cowboy Returns is what your mother wants to see?
Oh, I'll let her have her choice. You know, Father, if we didn't go to an expensive place, I could almost take the whole family to dinner, too.
I think the movies will be sufficient.
Oh, no, Father. I know of a place where it's very reasonable. I'd be glad to take all of you. How about it?
Henry, can you make room for this dessert?
Mary, Mother can't hear me out there, can she?
Mother isn't even speaking to you.
She isn't, Mary? She will. How would you like to go to the movies Mother's Day Eve?
What's that, Henry?
Saturday night, I mean it. We're all going to the movies and to dinner, as my guests.
Really?
Ask Father.
He's right, Mary.
That's wonderful, because I was going to take Mother down to get that blouse, and now we can meet you right afterward.
Boy, there isn't anything Mother likes more than a party.
Here's your dessert, Sam. If you want any cream, ask Henry for it.
But, Mother, that cream I drank was in a pitcher.
And of course it was in a pitcher.
Well, do you mind if I change the subject of cream just a second?
To what?
What are you doing Saturday night?
Dear, I'm probably cooking dinner.
You are?
We're all going to meet downtown for something.
For what?
Don't tell her, Mary. Where shall we meet?
At the Emporium Department Store at 4:45.
It's all set. 4:45.
Well, that's going to make it terribly late for me to get home and cook dinner.
Don't worry about cooking dinner, Mother.
But what are we going to do?
Gee whiz, you wait. You're going to have one of the swellest times you ever had in your life.
Sir,
What is it, lady?
have you seen anyone waiting here at the entrance to the Emporium?
No, ma'am, not recently.
Oh, thank you very much. Here it is 12 minutes after 5. I don't mind waiting so much. I just keep wondering if they haven't been in an accident.
Yes, ma'am.
The traffic the way it
Would you like to
is.
buy some flowers, lady?
No, thank you.
Wouldn't you like to buy some carnations for Mother's Day?
No, thank you.
Well, you ought to remember your mother. That's the least anyone can do.
Yes. Boy, could I have a paper, please?
Here you are.
Oh, on what street does the family live?
There's nobody in this town.
Then I won't need the paper.
Alice, why have you been waiting here at this entrance?
Sam, where on earth do you think I'd wait?
Well, I've been standing around the corner.
That's not the main entrance, Sam.
Well, Alice, that is certainly the main entrance on that street.
Well, at least you're safe. That's something.
And the thing for us to worry about is my
Well,
car.
what's happened to that?
I left it 30 minutes ago in a 15-minute parking space.
But that still isn't as important as Henry and Mary.
Oh, they're probably at the entrance all the way around on Market Street.
Well, go around and look, Sam.
Where will you be?
I'll wait right here. I won't move 1 foot.
Lady, like to buy a box of candy for Mother's Day?
No, thank you.
They're hand-dipped and cherry filled.
No, thank you.
Like some hazelnuts?
No, thank you.
Fresh chocolate with cherries for your mother.
Gee whiz, Mother, where have you been?
Right here where I was supposed to be, Henry.
Imagine that.
Where have you been?
Just inside the door.
Why, dear? Did you wait in there?
But, Mother, I think the inside of a door would be the only logical place to wait for someone.
Couldn't you have at least looked outside?
I finally did, and there you were. Where's Mary?
I have no idea where she is.
Well, where's Father?
Your father's gone round to the Market Street entrance to see where you are.
I? Why would he look for me there?
Well, dear, you certainly weren't here, were you?
Well, Mother, I was here. Oh, I don't mean to argue with you, but all that's been separating us is that door.
Yes, Henry. Now, supposing you take this nickel and go inside and telephone and see whether Mary has left the house yet.
Yes, Mother.
Tell her the store closes at 5:30.
Yes, Mother.
X-ray paper, young girl, disappear.
Boys! Mother, am I terribly late? Where have you been, Mary?
Joe Graham dropped in just as I was leaving. I thought he never would go.
Yes, dear.
Shall we go in and do our shopping?
Well, not until Henry and your father get back.
Where Where are they?
Henry's phoning you, and your father's waiting for you around on Market Street.
Well, isn't that ridiculous, Mother?
It certainly is.
What have we got to do now? Wait for them until I get back?
I'm afraid we have, dear. Now at least one of us better. You stay right here while I go around and get your father.
Can you find
Well,
him?
of course I can find him. Now don't move until I get back.
No, Mother. Pardon me, sir.
What do you have, lady?
On what floor are the blouses?
Well, you go inside the elevators and get off on the third floor.
Thank you. Do you suppose it would take me more than 3 minutes to run in and get one?
As to that, I couldn't say.
Oh, dear. I wonder where...
Mary, where is your mother?
Father, where'd you come from?
Where do you think I came from?
Well, Mother just went around after you.
Now, what did she do that for?
So we wouldn't have to wait so long.
Where's Henry?
He's inside phoning me.
What's that?
Don't you think I ought to go in and tell him I'm here?
You wait where you are. I'll go in.
Yes, Father. Flowers. Flowers for Mother's Day. Fresh carnations.
Mother, I'm going to need another nickel. Gee whiz, Mary, where's Mother?
He's gone after Father.
Where's Father?
He thought you were phoning.
Yeah, but Mary, I couldn't get you.
Of course you couldn't. I'll go get Father.
How long will he be gone?
2 minutes. And, Kathleen phoned you at the house.
What did she want?
Henry, did you tell her you couldn't come to dinner?
Sure I did. I left the message with the maid.
Well, Kathleen's expecting you.
Well, gee whiz, she couldn't be. She's...
Cherry-filled candies for Mother's Day?
Listen, mister, are you going to be here for a few minutes?
Yeah.
Well, could you deliver a message for me? If you see a lady or a man or my sister looking for a fellow in a brown suit like this, could you tell him that I just stopped in to phone a second?
Now, friends, while Henry is reflecting on his latest predicament, I'd like to bring you a news item about something that happened the other night in one of Centerville's finest families. The headline reads, "Prominent Local Man Trapped in Raid." And the article goes on to read, "Last night, about 11:30, one of Centerville's leading citizens was surprised by his wife just as he had tiptoed to the kitchen, raided the refrigerator, and finished eating a dish of pudding. Jell-O butterscotch pudding that had been left over from dinner. His wife was desolated, as she had been planning to eat the Jell-O butterscotch pudding today for lunch. But the culprit showed no remorse. When questioned, he merely kept repeating,
I'm glad I did it. Yes, and I do it again. I simply can't resist Jell-O butterscotch pudding.
Well, friends, seriously, that is just another way of saying that Jell-O butterscotch pudding is a dish that people won't be denied. Probably it has something to do with the grand, buttery, brown sugar flavor of this swell dessert. And the fact that Jell-O butterscotch pudding is as smooth as rich golden cream undoubtedly plays a big part in its appeal. At any rate, this mellow treat is a mealtime favorite in thousands of homes the country over. And I'm sure you'll find it's your favorite, too. So try some real soon. You've honestly never tasted a more luscious dessert than Jell-O butterscotch pudding. Well, now, getting back to Henry Aldrich. Henry has just learned that although he's going out with his family, Kathleen is expecting him for dinner. This scene opens in Kathleen Anderson's home.
Is that you, Kathleen?
Yes, Henry. Did Mary tell you we're having dinner at 7 instead of 6:30?
Well, didn't your maid tell you? I'm going out for dinner with my mother.
Henry.
Do you think you'll understand, Kathleen?
Do you have to go with your mother?
I'm taking her. I'm her host.
Oh.
I'll tell you what I might try. Perhaps I could eat with her real fast, see, and then come up to your house.
Well, wouldn't that make you late?
Well, what's the latest I could get there and still eat?
Well,
Well, I guess when you stop to think of it, Kathleen, maybe that would be trying to do too much.
Kathleen? Who are you talking? Mother, Henry, hold the line. Mother, Henry can't come next Saturday night.
Well, why not?
He's having dinner with his mother.
Why don't you ask both of them to come?
Are you sure next Saturday night will be all right?
Oh, yes, of course.
Hello, Henry.
Yes?
Henry, my mother says to bring your mother, too.
Well, Kathleen,